Hello, everyone, and welcome to the class. Today we are talking all about a little app called Credit Karma. It's one of those apps that you will see these days very heavily advertised on TV, and like a lot of things that are advertised as being free, you may wonder to yourself, is it free? Well, we'll go over that. Coming up next on PCClassesOnline.com. Welcome everyone, let's get started. The first thing I want to start with today is answer probably your number one question. Is this app legit? Is it actually free? Do they give you exactly what they advertise? The answer is yes. I have been a member myself of Credit Karma for well over a year now. Yes, you're about to see some information about me. I will blur out any parts that I don't feel comfortable sharing, but it is a legit app. I have been incredibly satisfied with what these guys do. Unlike other services out there like freecreditreport.com, which advertise, of course, as being free, and then when you actually look into it, they want to get you signed up for a monthly membership. This is free in the same way that PC Classes Online is free. They have ads. That's how they make their money. That's how we make our money. So if you don't care about ads, you just ignore them. Welcome to life. Credit Karma, let's go into it. Now, when you first download it, it's going to ask you a bunch of different questions to confirm your identity. It might include things like, where did you get your last car? What kind of car do you have? What addresses have you lived at in the last 5 years? What county do you currently live in? Questions like that. Once you finish that process, they're going to have you create an account. This allows you to log in either from the app or from their website. So if you don't have a smartphone, you can still benefit from this service. You're also going to create a PIN number. The reason for that being if some stranger picks up your phone, do you really want them to find out your credit score? Well, apparently I don't, since you're about to see mine. But for most people out there, that's something they might want to keep private. So let me plug in mine as I blur out the screen. And boom, there you go. Right off the bat, they give you 2 out of the 3 major credit bureau scores. You get TransUnion and Equifax. They do not give you Experian. They just don't have a relationship with them. But it was only recently that they added a second credit bureau. So in the past, you only got 1. So 2 out of 3 for free certainly isn't anything we're going to complain about today. Now, you can monitor your credit. You can go into this app anytime you want. The more times you go into it, it does not affect your credit score. So let me show you then kind of where to go probably from here. Usually the first place I like to do is go into where it says score details right there. So let's go into that. I will let you know before I hit this button, for whatever strange reason, when I mirror my phone to the computer so that you can all see it right here, I get this weird pop-up error message that only happens in this app. So just ignore it. I'll clear it as quickly as I can, but it happens. So let's go into it. Score details. So here you can see a breakdown of your score from both credit bureaus. So you can kind of track and see how you're doing over time. There you see TransUnion. Scroll down a little further. We get Equifax. There's that error message. Scroll down further, and we go past ads. You can see what factors are impacting your score. One of the things I really like about this feature is, especially for young people out there who are just kind of learning about this stuff for the very first time, Credit Karma gives you great advice for how to help improve your score, maybe things not to do. So it's really handy for good advice. Payment history, woohoo, all good with that. Derogatory marks. Age of credit history, that's one of the things that just hurts me. I'm younger than most of you seem to think, so I haven't had credit cards long enough for that to really be in my favor. Number of total accounts, it wasn't until recently I was able to get that to a decent point. Number of credit inquiries, they have some articles here that they're advertising. And then you can go into the details, okay? So you can see things like the details of your credit card utilization, payment history, derogatory marks, credit history, total accounts, and credit inquiries. You can also hit that little blue button to see your full credit report. Let's go back a screen. Another feature here that I really like is if you go to that bottom button, towards the bottom left, it says Accounts. This just kind of gives you a really easy way to flick through and see how you're doing financially, how much money you have tied up between credit cards and auto loans. Obviously, there's a bit of a delay between when they get this. I actually pay off my credit cards every single month. I have a bunch of big medical bills that I just had to pay off, so that's why it looks so high in my case. But you can flick through here and you can see kind of credit cards, where you're at. You can see your auto loans, and then they have another category for other. I think that's actually the lease card that I just had to get out. Then there's an offers tab. No shock, this is all ads. One thing I want to say about this, I'm pretty good with researching credit cards. I go through this crazy process that my mentor taught me about, exactly what credit cards to use for what purposes. So like I have one credit card that I use just for groceries and gas, another one that I use just for restaurants, another for business. Going through what they are offering here, I'm not convinced that these are actually personally recommended. I'm convinced that these may in fact be the same for everyone. I could be wrong, but that's kind of the impression I get. So my advice is if you're going to get a new credit card, use sites like creditcards.com. There's a bunch of other sites out there that you can check out, but I wouldn't necessarily go through their advice on this. So that's a little bit about Credit Karma. Like I said, it's legit. I'm a big fan. If you all enjoy it, if you like it, let us know. Leave us a comment in the section below. If you happen to be watching us on YouTube, of course, we always appreciate it if you click that little thumbs up button. This is David A. Cox with PC Classes Online. Class dismissed.